November 10, 2017, 10:43 a.m. EST. People from Victoria to Torby, Newfoundland, are pleading with the broadcast regulator to keep the Weather Network as a channel with mandatory distribution in basic cable packages. In a renewal process that comes every 7 years, the Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission solicits arguments from stations and comments from the public on who should get the coveted spots. Companies want them because they guarantee millions of dollars in revenue from TV providers. For example, the Weather Network currently gets 23 cents per subscriber per month, which adds up to almost $31 million a year given that there are 11.1 million TV subscribers across Canada. 3 weeks into a 7-week process, there's already more than 7,500 comments on the CRTC's website in support of Pelmorex Corp., the parent company of the Weather Network and MTOMDIA, as well as Ntiempo.es in Spain. One woman from Calgary says her 7-year-old child loves to learn about storms. Another from Richmond Hill, Ontario, uses the channel to plan when she can take public transit to visit her husband in a nursing home. A Vancouver man constantly monitors the weather, but can't afford to upgrade if the channel is bumped out of the basic cable package. The outpouring is big for such a state regulatory proceeding. Other channels facing renewal have received a fraction of the support so far. It's this engagement that Pelmorex's new chief executive Sam Sebastian wants to build on as he vies to compete for advertising revenue in the digital world against tech giants such as Facebook and Alphabet as Google, his former employer of 11 years. Despite its passionate TV viewers, Pelmorex has its eyes on a different market as advertising dollars shift toward mobile app and internet audiences. "I love the fact that we've got such passionate users," Sebastian said in an interview last week, less than 2 months into his tenure at the top of the 28-year-old Oakville, ONT-based company. Sebastian moved to Pelmorex after 3.5 years as vice president and managing director of Google's Canadian operations. When he was hired in July to succeed founder and president Pierre Morissette, Pelmorex dropped the word media from its legal name and announced a transition into the data business, using its weather and consumer data to sell marketing insights to advertising partners instead of just airtime. "I do not think most folks know that we are one of the top 4 or 5 digital publishers and one of the top apps in Canada. Pelmorex is a private company and doesn't reveal its finances. But executives have previously pegged its annual revenue at about $100 million, about 30% of which comes from broadcasting." Sebastian called these numbers a little historical. Yet broadcasting revenue is expected to shrink. Canadian conventional television advertising revenue dropped to about $1.55 billion in 2016 from $1.94 billion in 2011, down 20% over 6 years, according to CRTC data. Since Sebastian's September start date, Pelmorex has acquired Toronto-based Addictive Mobility, a 55-employee mobile data and media buying platform, and hired Rory Capern, former managing director of Twitter Canada.